Aloha! Welcome to Keys to Success, which is live on the ThinkTech live streaming network series, weekly on Thursdays at 11 a.m. We are your hosts. My name is Danelia, D-A-N-E-L-I-A.
And I'm the other half of the duo, John Newman. Welcome.
Mahalo for joining us today. You can catch us live on stream at livestream.com on the thinktechhawaii.com channel. We also encourage you to call our hotline at 415-871-2474 to join our conversation, or tweet us at ThinkTechHI if you have any questions or comments. The goal of our weekly show, Keys to Success, is to provide professional and personal development tools and profound insights on how to achieve success in life, career, and/or business. Derek Gabriel, co-founder of Ignite Solutions Group, was our guest on our last show, and his words of wisdom with regards to his keys to success can be found on Newman Consulting Services landing page, danelia.org. Our theme for today is Your Success is Up to You.
Joining us today in the studio is our honored guest, Gladys Quinto Marrone, the CEO/Chief Lobbyist of the Building Industry Association here in Hawaii, also known as BIA Hawaii, which has over 450 members. Prior to working at BIA Hawaii, Gladys was a planning consultant at Group 770 International, forgive me. Was that right?
That's right,
yes,
International.
All right, okay. Prior to that, she serves as a Director of Research and Legal Affairs at the Land Use Research Foundation of Hawaii. Gladys also had the privilege to serve as a legislative assistant to the late U.S. Representative Patsy Mink in Washington, D.C.
That's right.
Mahalo for joining us today.
Thank you
Yes,
for having
thanks,
me.
All
Gladys.
right. Gladys, share with us how you decided to pursue the career that you're working in today, and what was a pivoting moment in helping you make that decision?
To be quite honest with you, John, the current position that I have was not really something that I had a goal set for myself. I was doing government relations before that, and I was quite happy doing that. I thought I was doing a pretty decent job, and an opportunity opened up. My predecessor had announced her retirement, and at that point I was asked to consider applying for the position. And so I kind of thought about it, and then I freaked out a little because there's a lot more than what I was currently doing at the time.
Right.
And then I thought, well, if someone saw something in me that I may not have necessarily saw in myself, then why not accept the challenge?
Yes.
All right.
So,
And you know, that's a very important point actually, because in life, a lot of us kind of say, oh no, there's no way I can do that. Instead of thinking about it and saying, you know what, somebody else saw that I had the ability to do it, so I need to trust that, right?
that's right.
So what are the most important decisions that you face on a daily basis in your as a leader in your organization?
Well, I think the most important thing on a daily basis, well, what keeps me in line is the mission of BIA Hawaii, right? We help to enhance the lives of people in Hawaii through the work we do in advocacy, education, and community outreach. So the decisions I make, I always ask, will this further our mission of accomplishing that? And so it simplifies how I make my decisions. And so with my team as well, you set out that goal, you set out that vision, and get everybody on board, have them have ownership as well,
Right.
and we all work towards that same goal.
Oh.
You know, a lot of businesses don't have a mission statement, and that is just very important for, as a leader of any organization, is to set the mission statement and that we keep focused on that, because that is actually our future. That is how we consistently strive to achieve through that mission statement. So, and it takes a long time to come up with a mission statement sometimes, but you know what? It is absolutely critical for success.
And it seems as though your organization cares about the community, and you want to give back as much as you receive.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
And luckily,
thing.
we just had a strategic planning session, so we get the entire board on board, involved, and help form the path to where we want to go and the goals.
Right.
Okay.
And it changes, as your organization evolves.
Yes.
So we try to do it maybe between every 3 to 5 years.
Right. And it's good because when you've got that mission and you've got that strategic plan, sometimes some people in the organisation veer off of that, but consistently bringing them back to that is very important.
Yes, it's definitely a working document.
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
something that just sits on the shelf.
Yes.
Always have to refer to it periodically.
Right.
That leads us right into this next question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges that you experience as a CEO? And how do you mentally get ready and overcome those challenges?
Well, in my particular situation, I was promoted from within. So the first challenge was, how do you go from peer to boss?
Right. Very
And
challenging.
It was very challenging.
Yeah.
But one of the things that someone told me before is when you get into anything new, in a new position, in a new company, really don't say anything when you first get there.
Yeah.
You listen, you observe on how things are going, so that you can make educated decisions. If you needed to make any changes, they're based on something, and you have a firmer grasp of how things operate. So I trusted that my former peers understood what my new role was going to be, and everybody was on board.
Right.
And if small tweaks needed to be made, then they were made.
Okay.
But we're all professionals, right?
Yes.
And you function as a cohesive family.
Yeah, and we're a very small team. There's 6 of us total.
Okay.
So we work very closely with each other.
Right.
And so we have to help each other and encourage everybody's success and be there for each other.
Okay.
And you have to mentally be strong as well,
Yes.
as a leader, because when you go into that role, it's very, very difficult. I've been in that role before many years ago. And so, within a year, I became the executive director of a really large health facility years ago. And I started off as a receptionist just 12 months ago, and this was one of the largest health facilities in the United States back then.
fantastic.
Yeah, but, it was very challenging because, there were others who were supervisors of me when I first started, and then eventually I became supervisor of them. So that was a real learning and growing experience for me, but a wonderful experience. I mean, that helped me grow in my career.
Right. And what also helped me overcome those challenges was having a group of people that I could bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, critical.
My board was very supportive of allowing me to participate in a program called the Diversity Executive Leadership Program. And that's a national program, 12 students
Oh, students, okay.
are selected every year, and they go through a 2-year program and go through the entire, a lot of them have been in management, association management positions for a while,
Okay.
but it's attaining that C-suite position was the goal of that group. And so I learned a lot.
Yeah.
When I started, I did not know, wow, this is an entire industry of association management.
Yeah.
But now I feel a lot more comfortable. I have a network of people that I can bounce ideas off and get feedback on to help me in my career.
And that's critical too.
Yeah.
I mean, surround yourself with people who support you, people that you can trust, people you can depend on, is critical for an individual to move forward in their career.
Yes.
I believe that truly. How do you and your team's daily motivation and inspiration how do you keep their daily motivation and inspiration despite all of the setbacks and, things happen all the time, right? I mean, that's just a part of life.
And ironically, we just experienced an unexpected setback earlier this week. So, how they say the true test of your character is how you respond to adversity, to challenges and setbacks.
Right.
We had to act right away. I gathered my team, acknowledged the setback, and said, we're here. This may seem like a setback, but we should also always try to find areas of opportunities within that. It's giving us opportunity to change things if we wanted to, do things better if there are ways to do that, and just remind them that how we react to this as individuals, as a team, as an organization really is telling of who we are as people.
What a true leader
values.
you are, Gladys. I mean, that's really fantastic.
So I couldn't panic in front of him.
Of course.
Inside.
That's a part of that's a part of that job that you have.
That's a part of being a leader.
That's
is
it.
that I think a lot of people don't understand that. We too, as leaders, go through challenges as well. But we understand the role that we have, and we've got to lead the team.
Right.
If we start panicking, that everything just is like goes to putty, right? But and inevitably, one of the things we always say here at Keys to Success is, whatever happens in life happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
You just don't know what it is yet. So while you might have had this huge setback, bottom line is later on you're going to understand why you went through that.
And what I heard you say was the key, and that's what we teach in our classes. Opportunity raises its head in all different facets. So usually people think when something happens it's a negative, but it's a positive. We just have to roll with it. It's something that we couldn't control. You can only control yourselves. What I'd like to ask you to share with our viewers at this time is, what advice would you give a new employee going into a leadership role for the first time?
If I could be so blunt, shut up and listen.
I love it. Shut up.
Would you say that again?
That's great.
Shut up and
and listen.
There you go. All right.
Because we don't know. A lot of it depends. Even if I came in from within the organization, I did not know how the organization worked as a whole. I was just focused on what I was doing and then participating in different areas. But the entire operational, it took me I'd had to go through an entire year to really be comfortable. And still, there are details that I have to trust that my staff is doing and keeping me informed. But yeah, just kind of listen, observe, sit back, don't make any drastic changes, and just have a great support system.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to come back to that in just a moment. We're going to take a short break. This is Keys to Success on the ThinkTech live streaming network series. We're talking with Gladys Quinto Marrone, CEO of BIA Hawaii, regarding our theme today, which is Your Success is Up to You. My name is Danelia, Danelia.
And I'm the other half of the duo, John Newman. We'll be back in a minute, so please stay tuned for more Keys to Success.
Hi, my name is Kim Lau, and I'm the host of Hawaii Rising. You can watch me live every other Monday at 4 p.m. Aloha!
Aloha! This is Reg Baker with Business in Hawaii. We're a show that broadcasts every Thursday at 2 o'clock. We would love to hear from you, and you can reach us in several different ways. We have a hotline that you can call in at 415-871-2474, or you can email us at thinktechhawaii.com, or you can tweet us at thinktechhi. Looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you on our next show. Aloha.
Aloha! I'm Chantel Seville, host of the Savvy Chick Show on ThinkTech Hawaii, and I'm going on tour. I'm taking you around the world. We're going to Canada, and then we're in America, then we're going to San Francisco. So keep staying tuned, 11 a.m. every Wednesday on the Savvy Chick Show. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back. This is Keys to Success on ThinkTech live streaming network series. We encourage you to call our hotline at 415-871-2474 to join our conversation, or tweet us at thinktech.hi if you have any questions or comments. Today we are talking with Gladys Quinto Marrone.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Gladys, share with our viewers what are your top 3 success habits.
My top 3, I believe the first one would be to always be prepared.
Okay.
Whether it's for the next day, I always kind of I'm very hooked to my calendar, to my to-do list, because there's so much going on. that I have to make sure that I accomplish what I need to accomplish
Yes.
that day. And even if it's as simple as having a meeting, convening a meeting, right? I need to go in there and run the meeting, so I
Right.
have to know and be prepared. And in any situation,
Yes.
I read somewhere that there's no such thing as luck. So it's preparation, right?
That's right.
Preparation
Timing.
means
That's
opportunity.
right.
Opportunities.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
that's what we teach as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we teach that, absolutely.
My second one would be, and sometimes I still find that difficult to do, but to just kind of focus on what I need to do without necessarily worrying about how others are doing what they're doing.
Okay.
Everybody's different.
Yes.
Their organizations are very different. You don't know what goes on inside.
Yeah.
So we just kind of focus on what we do.
Yes.
And I think my third one would be to just stay healthy. There's so much stress on the job, and it's important to have some sort of outlet. Physical exercise, meditation, spending me time alone,
Yeah.
getting your nails done,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Right.
to just kind of remove yourself and be calm and healthy.
Right.
Okay.
It's very important to keep focused on that too. Just to take that 2-minute break every now and
Something.
then, just take a few deep
Yeah.
breaths and just clue back in, because that helps you move forward. Yeah, under very stressful situations. What do you feel is the best advice you've ever received?
Whoa.
That's a deep question, deep undercover.
I think it might be that shut up and listen.
Let's do that again.
I mean, there are a lot, depending
Right.
on where I am in my life. Your parents give you advice such as always do the right thing,
Yes.
and that still guides me in how I operate in both my professional and personal life. So that's a very core value of mine. And just listen. Listen is very important. I think a lot of people forget to do that, and to hear really
Okay.
to what people are saying.
And that's one of the things that we share. You should listen. Listening is a powerful thing. And when you do listen, you'll be surprised what you hear. You know, quite a few people just wait for their turn to talk. But if you learn and cultivate that ability to listen, it makes you a better person. And with that, I'm going to ask you one more piercing question. When you have the chance, what type of things do you ask other leaders like yourself?
Probably the same questions I've been asked, but mostly situational questions. How did they deal with whatever situation, whether it's dealing with personnel?
Yes.
How do you keep your team motivated, involved, cohesive,
Right.
and still accomplish what you need to accomplish?
Yes.
It's a lot of juggling,
Yes.
and so yeah, probably those questions, similar questions.
Okay, all right,
And it depends on what the needs are at the time.
all right.
So
And what I hear is that you do look for other input because you're constantly growing in. And even though there's no utopia, you know, but some things fit, you know,
Right.
and you take that with you wherever you go. I like that.
absolutely.
All right.
How have you changed as a result of being the CEO of BIA Hawaii?
I think I'm a lot more confident
All right.
in my ability to do things.
Yes.
Growing up, my parents were very, I'm first generation Filipino. They weren't sure what growing up in Hawaii meant, so they were very kind of overprotective. So growing up, I was okay with being in the background. I was okay being not the president of my student body. Maybe because I thought, I don't know, maybe I didn't think I could do it. But now, I mean, being in this situation, being in my current, it pushes me. You have to be uncomfortable sometimes
Yes.
in order to grow, and you'd be surprised at what you can accomplish. You just
Yeah.
put your mind to it and say, I can do this. I've done
Believe
other
it.
things. They may not be this
Yeah.
grand, but
Absolutely.
I've done it, and I am doing it.
Yeah.
And I look forward to just growing more
Mhm.
and learning. There's always opportunities for learning.
Yeah.
Okay. And what other counsel would you share with our viewers to help them pursue their careers?
Well, there's no substitute for hard work,
Yes.
and
true.
that's just
Way it is.
the bottom line. I just read not too long ago that the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban, didn't take a vacation for 7 years when he was building his business.
How many?
7 years.
7 years.
7
Sounds like
years.
us, right, baby?
Yeah, that was us. We didn't take a vacation for the first 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But if you're having fun and loving what you're doing,
Yeah.
then-
Absolutely.
And if you have a goal, you know,
Yeah.
we had a goal set, and we decided to do whatever it was going to take to get to where
Right.
we wanted to be. you know.
and that's what you need to do. It's
Yeah.
focus. Like you said, have that goal in mind
Mhm.
and that on the horizon,
Right.
and whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Critical. You know, Sam Walton, CEO of Walmart, said high expectations are the key to absolutely everything. And I think high expectations of yourself, you know, and high expectations of your team is very important too, because like somebody said to you that, you know, nominated you to be the CEO, and you said somebody trusted me as a leader. We do that for individuals that we work with, you know, that we let them know that we trust them. You know, it's very important. You know, we have one staff member, and she just loves the fact that we give her the reins to just be creative
Yeah.
and everything. She said she just hasn't had that opportunity before.
Right.
So, you know, and she's growing like leaps and bounds, which is just fantastic.
And people will step up.
Yeah,
Maybe they're just waiting for that opportunity
yes,
to
so true.
to do it.
Yes, yes.
What we do is we groom our staff. We help them grow. We want them to grow. And believe it or not, people like to be pushed outside their comfort zone
Yeah.
when they know that you're there to help
Support,
them
right.
and be there and be supportive of them. And that's one of the things that, you know, in our business, and we share with our clients, you know, you want to groom your staff. You want to keep them growing because it enhances your organization.
And it builds loyalty
Yes.
Oh, yes.
and commitment, and it strengthens the commitment they already have for your organization or your company because you trust them and you want them to do better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The true words of a true leader. Wonderful, Gladys. So Frederick Smith, CEO of FedEx, said leaders get out in front and stay there by raising the standards by which they judge themselves and by which they are willing to be judged. So, you know, I think that as we as leaders, you know, a lot of sometimes individuals are in positions and they think, how am I going to progress? How will I be able to move forward with my career? I'm kind of stuck. But in reality, what we teach is that show what you have. Don't be afraid to show what you have because somebody is watching.
Right.
I mean, I think that about us as well. You know, we achieve because and when we were working for others initially, you know, years back, somebody in both of our situations saw what we had and helped. And that's the key.
Right.
You know, to have that faith that somebody is watching and that you are, whatever's supposed to happen will happen and you would move forward. Yeah.
And we also teach that you have to learn to leave your ego at the door. And
There is.
ask your staff, what
Yeah.
do you really think about what's happening here? You know, how do you feel that things could change? And be open to hearing.
Right.
You know, there's some things that are etched in stone, but everything isn't. What
And
do
it's
you think
nothing
about that?
personal.
Yeah.
Big pardon?
It's nothing personal.
That's
That's
right.
right. Absolutely.
because it's just trying to make it better,
Yeah.
right? And with their input, they'll have ownership,
Mhm.
and we'll all work again together to make it better.
Right.
Okay.
Michael Dell, CEO of Dell, said you don't need to be a genius or a visionary or even a college graduate for that matter to be successful. You just need framework and a dream. What do you say about that?
Very nice.
Yeah,
I
isn't
like
it?
that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's just summarise your 3 keys to success for our audience, which are? One.
Be prepared, always prepared, however that means for you. Focus on what you need to do and not be distracted by those around you. And be healthy. Take care of yourself. Take time out for yourself.
All right. Well done.
Very much.
Well
Thank
done.
you very much. Well, we're out of time and we'll have to wrap it up. Gladys Quinto Marrone's words of wisdom with regards to her keys to success can be found on Newman Consulting Services landing page, danelia.org. Thanks to you, our viewers and listeners, for tuning in. Thanks to our broadcast engineer, Zuri Bender, and our floor manager, Nick Sexton, and to Jay Fidel, our executive producer, who puts it all together. And thank you so much to you, Gladys. You were wonderful. We see why you were chosen to be CEO of BIA Hawaii, no doubt about it. And sharing your insights to success with our audience.
ThinkTech Hawaii will be back next Thursday at 11 a.m. We ask that you please tune in again and ask your friends and family to do so as well.
I'm Danelia, D-A-N-E-L-I-A.
And I'm the other half of the duo, John Newman. In closing the day, we'd like to share a quote from Walt Disney, which says, "All your dreams can come true if you have the courage to go out and pursue them."
Well said.
Let's say it together.
Aloha!